Hi, I'm Clammy, and in this episode of Radio K, I'm gonna be reacting to Luna's recent comeback, Paint the Town. I'm pretty excited to check this one out because I've heard quite a lot of good things about it, and because we haven't reacted to Luna in a while, um, I don't remember for how long we haven't reacted to Luna. It's funny, with these K-pop reactions, I find myself reacting more frequently to the groups that I personally enjoy, like my favorite groups, and the new groups much more than the actual top of the line and super popular groups, you know? Because, like, how frequently do I react to groups like Luna or EXO or any other groups like that compared to reacting to new groups? I feel like I react to new groups much more because, off the top of my head, I feel like maybe I've reacted to Luna like 3 times in the time that I've had this YouTube channel. And this is the 3rd time, you know? But yeah, I'm still pretty excited to check this one out because I want to like Luna, but they've never really clicked with me completely. Like, there have been songs that they've released that I've liked, but for the most part, I and Luna just don't really vibe with each other. It's not because I want to hate them or I don't like their music or the direction that their music is going into or that it has been. Like, it's not like I don't like their style. I don't know, it just never has really clicked with me fully. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it in 3, 2, 1. Okay, that kind of started out of nowhere. Man, I wish they actually kept the sound from the beginning. I hate when K-pop songs do that. They always start out with such unique and standout instrumentals and then just becomes typical K-pop instrumental. I really like their outfits. And so far the song, I'm actually enjoying it, but still. I want more of this sound here in the rest of the song, because I really like this and I feel like it adds a lot of identity and style to this song. I really like the concept in the music video though. And yeah, I actually like this song. There's still aspects of it and bits and pieces that I feel like could have been a little catchier, but I like it. Although, the one thing bothers me a little bit about Luna's music, but I'm gonna talk about it after the reaction. Okay, so this song is one of those, huh? Okay, this one was actually pretty interesting, and there's actually quite a few things that I want to talk about. Okay, so first of all, the thing that I want to talk about first is that it seems like this song is actually one of those songs that I've actually started to uh, meet in the last year more and more. And what I'm talking about is that in the last year or so, I've started to find songs like One Team's songs, instead of actually embracing the unique sounds that they want to use, they kind of still drag themselves back to the middle, to the mainstream. And it has, in my opinion, ruined a lot of songs like that. Or at least I feel like better songs could have existed if they actually stuck with the unique identity that they were kind of teasing you with, instead of just going mainstream K-pop with it, you know? Um, and another thing that I just want to ask you guys, the people more familiar with Luna's music, has there been a shift in their music where they seem to have gone into a more girl crush direction with their music in the last, like, I don't know, 2 years? Because when I first listened to Luna's music, that was back before I made my YouTube channel in, like, I don't know, 2018 maybe it was. I watched one of the subunit debuts. I think it was All Eyes Circle or something. Um, and that song I actually really like, but that is far cry from what their music seems to be right now. That one seems to be much more bubblegum pop. And even back then, I feel like the aesthetic of Luna was much more bubblegum pop. And as much as it might not necessarily be what I like the most, I feel like that identity kind of suited them more than what they are doing nowadays. And I don't know whether this is a popular or unpopular opinion, it doesn't really matter. But I kind of prefer their identity back then. I don't know. Maybe their songs are not as necessarily as good or as appealing to me. Because I remember really not liking songs like Butterfly. I think that's the name of that song, in which they sing fly like a butterfly or something along those lines. But I feel like that at least was a little more different and stand out. Because this is good and this appeals to me, yes, but I feel like it's a little kind of generic girl crush, the kind of trend that we have with K-pop songs in general right now. And it's not really Luna, it just happens to be a song that is sung by Luna, you know? But still, I'm gonna give it a second shot before I finally decide my opinion about it. And it's not like I hate it, I actually like it. It's probably the song of by Luna that I like the most, and it has the most biggest chance of me listening to it quite a lot actually. But we still have one more listen to do before I decide on that. So without further ado, let's get into it again in 3, 2, 1. She looks like Soyeon from G-Idol. Like, tell me, how can you tell me that if the song actually stuck with this, it would have been better? It's not, again, it's not like it's a bad song just because it doesn't have it, but it feels more generic. Yeah, the weaker parts of the song definitely work better on the second listen. I'm sorry for yawning, but I'm doing this very late. Because I don't have time otherwise. How many rappers does this group have, actually? I haven't really reacted to them enough to be able to really notice which member rap and which member sing, but it would be great if you guys could tell me in the comments down below. Like, every single bit of this song in which they actually feature the sound from the beginning, it's just so much better for me. And it's actually those moments of the song which kind of make the song feel like it's the future of K-pop. Okay, so as usual, the song definitely improved on the second listen. I guess let's wait for the music video to end completely before I talk about it. Okay. So yeah, as usual, the song definitely ended up being better after the second listen. It definitely felt even more cohesive, but I'm just still bothered by the fact that they didn't use more of that unique sound in the song. I feel like they just use it as a little bit of a spice to kind of tease you with and be like, hey, this is a good song underneath all this generic crap. You really want to listen to that, right? Well, now you're gonna have to replay this song over and over again for those little bits and pieces of the song that you will actually like. And that's why it bothers me, honestly, because the bits and pieces that I like of the song are the bits and pieces that feature that. And that is very little of the song, and it's kind of dispersed throughout the song, so I will have to replay it for those little parts. And it's not like it's complete garbage or anything like that throughout the rest of the song, it's just more generic, and for me, that is not good. But again, I like it. I feel like this song was very promising, and I feel like it for the most part works just fine, even with the criticisms that I voiced against it, but ultimately, I just wish it actually used the aesthetic that it was playing with much more than it actually did. So in terms of a rating, I'm going to give it a solid 8.6 out of 10, which means that most people are gonna enjoy this song. I enjoy this song, and I'm going to listen to this song, but I feel like as good as it is, it could have been even much better. So much better. But yeah, that's how I feel about it. What did you guys think? Make sure to comment it down below. I'll be really happy to hear your thoughts on it. If you disagree, that's fine. If you agree, that's fine. It's completely up to you. But yeah, before we end this video though, I just want to give a huge thanks to my first ever Patreon on Patreon, called Mari Bridgman. If you want to join that person, obviously you can do that by going over on Patreon. And there's even something for you K-pop fans over there, that being the tier that I created recently, at which you can request me to do K-pop reactions, be it to albums, or to music videos, or to B-sides even if you want to. You get one request per week for the whole month essentially, which means you get 4 requests per month, and I'm actually gonna restrict that tier to maybe 5 or 10 people, because I also don't want to get completely overwhelmed by that. And for those of you curious why, you can just write in the comments down below to request me to do something. You can do that actually. I still will take some requests from the comments down below, but the thing is, the difference is that if you do it over on Patreon, I'm certainly going to do your request as soon as possible, as soon as I have planned to do K-pop reactions. While if you comment down in the comments on this video, I could do your request, but it's ultimately gonna be up to me personally whether I want to and whether I have the time to do it. So on Patreon, it's certain, in the comments down below, it's likely but not 100%, you know. So it's up to you to decide whether you want to comment down below or go over on Patreon. But before we end this video, I just want to quickly explain to you something that you might be wondering about, like, why am I dressed the way I am? Why do I look the way I do? And if you've been subscribed to my channel for a long time, you would know the answer already, because back when I started my YouTube channel, I had super long hair and I was dressing femininely in every single video. But for those of you who don't know, which I assume it's most of you, I'm actually transgender. I think I'm more of a non-binary rather than a male to female, because there are quite a few times where I don't really feel like dressing femininely and looking feminine and looking like a girl, and I just want to look like a normal guy. But I feel like in a lot of the time I do want to look feminine. So for the sake of simplicity, I decided to just settle on non-binary, although I definitely really want to be much more feminine than I am right now, like almost like androgynous. But due to my current situation, I'm unable to transition, because I still live with my parents. I tried to transition secretly while still living with my parents, but they started noticing that I was looking more feminine and that I obviously had my long hair back then, and they were pressuring me to cut it all the time. And even when I was growing it out, they were constantly pressuring me to not grow it out, and now they are pressuring me to not grow it out again. I'm really unable to transition, and there's no really way out of this situation for me, because I can't get a job. I've tried to, but I just can't seem to get any job. And even if I was able to get a job, I wouldn't really be able to transition in my country where I live while working that job, because people here are completely bigoted, and they will harass me, they will bully me, and they probably the employers will probably never even hire me if I actually decided to completely transition. So the only way for me to actually be who I am, who I truly am, is if I actually start being successful off of YouTube and start making money off of YouTube, because I don't really have to care about what anybody thinks of me, and I can just be who I want to be and dress however I want and all those stuff. So with all this information and me telling you that I don't want to guilt trip you into helping me out, I don't want to make you feel bad about my situation and wanting to manipulate you into helping me out or boosting the subscribers on my channel or anything like that. I ask you if you're able to help me out by donating to my Patreon or donating to my PayPal, which is for that you will have to get in touch with me in the comments down below to set it up properly, because I haven't really done that, because I assume nobody's really gonna want to do that. But if you're able to do that, I would really appreciate it. But again, this is literally the only way for me out. This is the only way out. So yeah, it's completely up to you. If you can't help me out monetarily, then at the very least I think it would be great if you could help out in other ways, like I said earlier, liking the channel, liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and all those other stuff. But yeah, I'm not trying to guilt trip you, I'm just explaining to you my situation and hoping that you can help me out. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. Also, check out the links in the description to my Twitter if you want to follow me there, and to my Wattpad where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you enjoy my stories or you simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to Patreon where you can pledge your support and help get the channel going, help support me so I can keep writing the stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do it, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think it's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!